You weren't called to grind your way to success. You were called to grow in grace. But if you're stuck, stretched, or even a little bit disconnected, then this series is for you. Aloha, everyone. I'm Dr. Heather Tucker, and welcome to another episode of Taste and See Thursdays. So happy that you're here because we're in a new series for the next 10 sessions or so. We're going to be talking about elevating your faith to elevate your authentic leadership. And this is so important because everything as an entrepreneur is an extension of us. Our business, our relationships, our health, everything is an extension of us. So, how we go is how everything goes, at least in our world, that is. So, we're going to be talking about today the letter for each series, I'm going to give you an acronym for the letters that spell out the word faith. Today and next week, we're going to be talking about the F. And the F for today stands for flow, not force. Flow, not force. The first step to walking by faith in your business and life is learning how to flow, not force. See, flow is when your decisions are fueled by peace, by alignment, by purpose, and not really pressure or people pleasing or proving yourself, right? That's the force. When you are in flow, you're led, and you also better lead. When you force, you are drained, and it actually makes your leadership a little bit more contracted. So, I'm going to share with you a couple of steps on how you can shift from forcing to more flowing. Couple of quick soul checks here. So, the first one is you want to pause before pushing. Ask, am I moving in peace or panic? For example, if someone pushes your buttons, our natural tendency is to push back. What I'm calling you to do and challenging you to do, okay, if you feel pushed or pressured or overwhelmed, stand firm. Don't push back, but be in that pause and start stepping into curiosity. I wonder what's going on here. The curiosity is going to lead. Why is this happening? Why is this situation happening? That curiosity is going to lead and support you in getting to a more peaceful place. So, therefore, you can appropriately respond. Now, this action is something that you really want to consider both in business and life because we want to create those peace on all sides. Secret number two for stepping into more flow instead of forcing is surrender the timeline. Surrender the timeline. See, forcing comes from fear, and flow comes from trust. So, a lot of times we can overbook our calendar, or we can have all of these projects and all these things going on at the same time. But we want to practice divine timing as well. So, therefore, we're co creating our time management. One of the things that can also bring stress and overwhelm is there's all these things to do. And there also can be beliefs about time as well that we may want to eradicate. So, therefore, we can have a better relationship with time and money and freedom. Yes, 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 yes. So, surrender the timeline, let go and let flow. There may be things that are, we have to pivot. We want to have that flexibility in our time as well, which is one of the reasons why I love how my calendar is not full. I just have a couple of great meetings per day and then taking off on certain days. There's so much freedom in that. So let's reclaim our time and surrender the timeline, and that will support us in the flow, not force. The third thing that's going to help with the flow, not force, is to truly follow your divine nudges. That inner whisper, that's your compass, your intuition. We want to operate with less thinking and more trusting, right? It's this part of we're called to do entrepreneurship in a harmonious and fun and peaceful way. So, purpose, passion, and prosperity. When we tend to operate in force a lot, then we actually lose passion on the journey. And that's why we're talking about this, because it's supposed to create a fueled, amazing reignition of passion. So, therefore, the path of prosperity becomes more fun and more harmonious. And that opens up the amazingness of the receiving with so much less effort and chaos. Okay. So one of the things that I've seen so many entrepreneurs, they try to force their way to success. This can only lead to sometimes exhaustion and sometimes feeling completely empty. But when you learn, and when we learn how to operate with flow, and that flow with faith, clarity comes, opportunities align, peace returns. Faith doesn't make it easy, but it does make it really possible. And I've helped several entrepreneurs who to stop sacrificing their well-being for success, because true harmony doesn't come from hustle. It actually comes from healing. So, if you're tired of forcing and ready to have more flow, I invite you to join me for my free class coming up on Overcome Overwhelm, Defeat Doubt, and Ignite Confidence. It is time to reclaim our authentic leadership and elevate our peace from the inside out. So, go ahead and click on the link below and register for the upcoming class. And I look forward to seeing you there. Peace.